morning and welcome back to another vlog. I came in at the weekend to tidy the studio because it was a bit of a mess, and it's super nice and tidy, nice and clean. Mopped the floor, but I've had a visitor. So the floor is nicely mopped, and then there's nice dirty great big size 9 footprints. I don't know if you can still see them on camera, but there's literally a trail of footprints all through the kitchen. There. Nice big patch of them here. Those size 9s belong to Adam, who decided to come and rob my crisps out of my bottom cupboard. So these are the footprints of a crisp thief. I also want to warn you about these mats. If you have one of these from my Amazon list or from links underneath the tutorials that I do, you'll know I have one of these A2 cutting mats. This is it over here, and might give you a clue as to why I now have a new one. So because I took all my tools and things home the other day, I took my mat home, and it was stood up in a cardboard box in the back of the car with the rest of the stuff. And the heat of the car has bent it into this position. I have had 15 kilo sacks of chocolate sat on this, trying to flatten it back out for a couple of days, and it's not worked because it's the heat that has now set it into this position, and no matter what I put on it and how heavy it is, it pops back up. So I've had to buy a new one. They've sold out of my lilac and pink, so we've had to get royal purple and an ever so slightly deeper pink. But I bought another one because I really do like them. I used to use this one a lot. This is going to be my new sugar paste cutting mat that sits here, and I might just use this one for cutting cakes on, because it doesn't have to necessarily be flat. I'll have to see. But I will leave it linked below if anybody is interested, because I find these really useful with the little squares on. When you are measuring anything and rolling anything out, and you've measured your cake, you can quickly see the measurements and how big you may need to roll something. But it is Wednesday, which means it is cake decorating day. Yesterday I baked the cakes as usual on a Tuesday. Today I am filling and ganaching and carving. This week's cake is a wedding cake. I'm very lucky because I get to go into spooky season a little bit early, because the cake is like a haunted house with spooky Pokemon, a couple of horror characters, things from horror games. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. And Monday I spent the day editing King Rolled tutorial, which has gone up. Now that's going to be my last tutorial for a little while, because I don't have time to film anything new or edit anything new, and there will be a video coming soon explaining all of that. But I also did my admin and also fixed the TV. So if you are a vlog watcher, you'll know our big TV, our main TV in the living room, the backlight went on it, which means the TV wouldn't work. You couldn't see any picture, but you could hear the sound. So I knew the backlights had gone, and it was very annoying because I don't think it's really that old. So we decided to take a chance and ordered some strips, backlight strips from China. I think in total they were about £27. They arrived in the post quite a few weeks later, and I took the TV apart on Monday. Now I have no idea what I'm doing. I watched a couple of tutorials, but obviously they're not for that exact model, and the tutorials were very old. So now obviously TVs are smart TVs and they have internet and things like that. So when I opened the back, and what I was expecting to see was not what I saw. I had like 2 extra chipboards and 6 extra wires and 20 extra screws. But I muddled my way through. Stopped halfway for tea, and then Adam helped me reassemble the TV after the lights had been fitted. Like I said, I had no idea what I was doing, but we placed it back into position, switched it on, and... Hey, you fixed it! worked. We have a very happy Adam. He hasn't moved away from that TV. He sits there with his remote in his hand. And it feels very weird. It feels like you sat in the cinema. The kids walked in and were like, whoa, that looks huge. Because we were watching, obviously, TV on Abby's tiny TV from her bedroom. But I'm just glad that's another thing fixed off the list and we only needed to pay £30 for it. So I've caught you up. I am now going to make all my fillings and my ganache and crack on with this week's cake. So it's 4 o'clock now. I have my cakes ganached. I've got another cake as well. But this is what I'm creating. It's a 2-tier haunted house with Pokemon. So it's obviously like there's a hexagon cake at the bottom and then a hexagon roof, then a round cake and a hexagon roof. So this is the top roof. This is our base hexagon. I also have the round cake done behind me. But I have run out of foam core, so I create my own boards, especially if they are hexagon from foam core, like this one. And I don't have a full sheet. I only had enough to do these 2 small hexagons, but I've got a very large hexagon to do, and I've completely run out of foam core. I have bought some, but it's not going to get here until next week, which is obviously far too late. So once I've finished up here, we're going to go home, have tea, and then run to the range to see if they have any. I did say that I would show you the cherry mail this week because I didn't show it in the last vlog. It's already gone out and been received, but one of the things I had made was this cute little keyring. It's a Brigadier keyring. This went out free to my cherry tier members. So it's obviously in my kind of logo style. It's got the little wiggly shapes and Memphis shapes around the clear edges, but I just thought this was so cute to have this extra little dangle cherry charm on it, and I really like the clasp as well. It's star shaped and made out of metal. So I designed these and had these done, but they're actually up in the shop right now if you want one. So if you are a Brigadier, you are a teacup, a sugar lump, a cupcake who hasn't received one of these because you're not in the cherry tier, you can grab one from the shop, and you can also use your discount code that's listed in the forum. But yeah, I just thought these were really cute. I do have quite a few of them. I bought extras just in case anybody wants to show off that they're a Brigadier. And you know, especially like at Cake International, if you have all these on your bags and you all want to meet up, it's kind of like a little signal that there's fellow cherry Brigadiers and teacup Brigadiers out there. I also popped in the box some of this Dirty Cow plant-based chocolate, which is obviously cherry flavoured. The theme of the box, I theme the box every other month, and this theme was cherry, so everything in it was cherry themed. So we have the little cherry there, cherry flavoured chocolate. This cute little cherry necklace I found, which I thought was absolutely adorable. It's a really dainty little necklace. There was a cherry candle as well. You could smell that a mile off. And also some of my favourite Black Forest Gateau flavouring. I use these myself. This one is one of my favourites, as well as the clear vanilla. So all those went out as well. But if you would like to become a Brigadier, you might even not even know what all that means, because I do get new subscribers every day. The Cherry Brigade is an online cake community that I set up. We are mostly all chatting in a private Facebook group, and there's different tiers or different prices for different perks. So this is, to get the cherry mail is the top tier, but there are lots of tiers and they start just at £2 to get access to the community, where they're all asking cake questions, how to do this, if anything goes wrong, how do I deal with this customer. And not only that, they're a great massive support for anything that's not even cake related. If you just want to put something in there and run a question or idea across that has been bugging you a little bit and might not necessarily be about cake, that is what I just love about the community. But it's always linked below if you want to have a look. I'm just gonna have a little tidy up now because I need to go to the range tonight for some more foam core. My trip to the range was successful last night. It comes in a pack of 2. I think it was about £3. There's lots of different sizes available, and they also do black as well. And I picked up another purple because I'm working with a lot of purple and realised I didn't quite have enough, so I just picked up an extra pack just in case. But here is where we're up to so far. We have the bottom hexagon covered, the top circle covered. I don't need to cover the tops because obviously the roofs are going to be sitting on those. So I need to make the roof of this one this morning. It's 12 o'clock now. This is as far as I've got. I've got as far as stacking the cakes, and I've put roof towels just on 3 sides. I've still got all around the back yet to do. But I'm breaking off early today because it is GCSE result day. Kai got his results this morning, and then he has to take them to college this afternoon to enroll, and apparently it takes a couple of hours. So I'm off there with him this afternoon to get all that sorted, all his bus pass and things like that. I will ask him if he's happy to share his results, but he got into the course that he wanted, so that is obviously the best news you can hope for. But I'm going to leave it here. We're going home for some dinner, and then I am at college this afternoon. Good evening. I am back in the studio again. It is almost 8 p.m. and I have a couple of hours just to work on the cake and get some more of those roof tiles on. It's a very repetitive thing. I quite like things like that. It's similar to painting. I find it really good for just kind of switching off because you don't have to think too much as when you're doing other decorations. So Kai obviously got his results. I asked him if I was allowed to share them on the vlog, and he said yes, as long as I explain what happened with his drama. So obviously when I went to school, we used to use the letters. So it was like A star, A, B, C, D, whatever. And nowadays they are now numbers. So it didn't really mean much to me. So he's had to decode it back into letters so I could understand. But he did amazingly well. He passed all of them. And even though he passed his drama, it was split into 3 sections. So for drama, he had to do 2 like acting pieces and a written piece. So he got really, really good results in his acting pieces, as in he was almost like A star. He would have gotten an A star, but the writing piece let him down massively. So he got very, very low marks on his written piece. So with that in mind, it has now turned out to be whatever it is on the sheet, C+. So yeah, had he done the written part a bit better, he would have got a higher mark. But to me, they're all passes. He got straight into the college course he wanted with flying colours. He's gone straight in at level 3. I think it's like an advanced diploma for travel and tourism. So we spent the afternoon taking pictures for his pass. I'm actually going to bring you over here a minute because I need to start kneading this fondant. That's better. So yeah, that's what we've been up to this afternoon. He starts in September, like everybody else. Got all the information on upcoming trips. I think that's what he's most excited about. When you're doing travel and tourism, obviously you get to do a lot of travel. So there's a lot of trips and things coming up he's looking forward to. But now I've popped back in because if I had have spent the 2 hours at home, I I wouldn't be anywhere near close to finishing this tomorrow because I've got one day left tomorrow to have this done for delivery on Saturday. And you've seen the picture, so you know there's quite a few models and things to go on it. So I am going to sign the vlog off just here for today. You will see me again tomorrow. But I'm going to put my music on and just get lost in making these roof tiles. Happy Friday. It's almost home time here. I've been working on this all day. This is as far as I've got. I started off with the board, did the stands, covered them in black, made all the doors and windows all the way around. Just finished off one of the figures, started another figure. This is actually the bum of a dog. It's digging a grave, but I'm just waiting for this just to set up a little bit so I can put the legs on. But because it's almost home time, I am going to stop here, go home for tea, and then come back and finish it off this evening. It's going to be a very long night because I think there's another 6 figures to go yet. But I've made quite a mess. I will catch you up later on when I'm back. It's finished! I came back in at 6 p.m. and it is now 9:30, so it took me 3.5 hours to finish it off. So up top we have 2 ghost Pokemon, Gengar and Sableye, of course in wedding outfits. We have some more ghost Pokemon. There's one there, and one on the board. We have lots of little details, like these are from a game, RuneScape. These are also from horror games. Dead by Daylight. We've got Michael Myers, who is also in Dead by Daylight, but also in obviously Halloween. And this one here, they wanted Star Wars. So the way I got Star Wars in without going too far away from the haunted aesthetic is we popped Darth Vader on a tombstone, and this is their pet dog, digging in Darth Vader's grave and pulling up his bones. This is a cake that I have fully designed. This means they gave me a list of everything they wanted to kind of see on the cake. I took a look and thought, right, how can we design this and make it all work together? And this is what came out. So I'm actually going to be here for probably another hour yet because I have got to photograph it. I have to film a little bit on my phone for a reel, box it up, invoice it, and I don't know whether to do the tidying. I don't really want to do the tidying because I'm absolutely shattered. I'm not going to lie, when I went home for my tea, I actually had a nap before tea because I have been so tired today. I had a little nana nap so I could power through and get it finished, but now it's all ready for delivery tomorrow. So that is probably when I will catch you next. So see you tomorrow. It is now Tuesday. You'll have seen me doing my hand-drawn logo on Saturday night. I finished that off yesterday and sent them over. So it was a hand-drawn logo, and then I have 4
side logos to do. So it's like the main character from the main logo, then doing other things for the brand. I've done 2 of those and I've got 2 more to go, so I'm going to finish those off this week, hopefully. But I used to do logos and websites, and then I knocked them on the head a little bit because I found myself sticking my fingers into a lot of pies, and I was over here doing cakes and over here doing YouTube and over here doing logos and websites, and I just had a heck of a lot going on. So I decided, right, I'll knock those on the head and concentrate a bit more on something else. And then obviously cake orders fall through and stuff due to COVID. I can't believe we're still feeling the effects of COVID, or at least I am. So then I had to take the logos back up again to fill the gaps where I weren't getting paid. But it was such a lovely logo to work on because it's for a fellow brigadier who is rebranding. And what's good about a hand-drawn logo is that when you are usually looking for logos and you hit Etsy or Fiverr and things like that, a lot of people making the logos will be using clip arts that they've bought. So they have the license to these clip arts that you can buy, and then they'll literally build your logo. So they'll literally like pull a whisk in and some text in with your business, and then they might pull like some flowers in from clip art. So they're not really drawing your logo, they're kind of building it, which is still an art in itself, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of art in graphic design. It has to look right and it has to feel right. But a lot of them do just build them rather than draw them. If you want something hand-drawn, it's going to cost you a lot more because obviously it's drawn from scratch. But I decided to do that with the one I've been working on. I don't want to say it because she hasn't launched it yet, so I don't want to ruin her surprise. But with it being hand-drawn, nobody else has got that. So nobody else has bought that same bit of clip art. You'll notice the same thing happens when people make their logos on Canva. I know it's really good for starter businesses who are very small. They're just looking for a logo. You can build a free logo on Canva, but that's the same thing. You are essentially using something that's a clip art that hundreds of other people are also still using. And I know not long ago, you'll see it on Canva, it's like a grey background and it's got like a pink... It's like a pink circle with like little leaves coming off it, and then text is like your logo goes in the middle, your name of your business. And so many people have used it, from hair salons, wax melts, different craft, especially lashes, anything to do with like the beauty side seems to get drawn to that specific logo. And then what you see is people arguing that they've got the same logo as them and they need to change it, but really you can't do that because you've not paid for it. It's a free clip art you've used in Canva. You cannot then tell somebody else to make a new logo because it can't look like yours when there's hundreds of people with the same logo as yours. It's just a different name in the middle. So if you are serious about your business and your brand and you do want to build it, I highly suggest buying a more unique logo. You need to pay somebody to build a logo or draw a logo, and then there's only you that kind of has that. I did this myself with my own business. I paid hundreds of pounds for mine, who I sought him out because he already made things in a style that I liked. It's pointless going to somebody with a random style and then something that you want doesn't fit that style and asking them to create it. It's a bit like people coming to me for a heavy floral, sugar floral wedding cake. Because it's not what I do and it's not what I'm best at, they would so much easier go to like somebody who is good at that. So that's what I did, because he was already drawing things in a style that I liked, so I sought him out because of that. And similarly, the logo that I've drawn, she liked my style of drawing. So if you go to my doodle account on Instagram, because I have 3, it's called Cherry Thicket, and that is where I post all my doodle work, and she liked the style of the doodles I did, hence why she got me to draw her logo in that style. So yeah, it just means that nobody else has got a logo like hers now. So that is what I was doing yesterday. I was also editing this vlog yesterday and catching up with some little admin bits. There is no tutorial, obviously this is Thursday when you're watching this, so you'll have noticed there was no tutorial on Tuesday. But I'm hoping either a video has already gone up or a video will be coming out explaining that. You'll also notice we went for a walk on Sunday. We have been doing this a heck of a lot more now. We've been getting out and about purely because we used to do walks anyway, but they were very, very few and far between. We just go on walks when we go on holidays. You'll have seen this, you know this if you're a vlog watcher. But we've been doing a lot more walks just around our local area. Like 2-hour walk on Sunday. We went for a walk last night, and we're most likely going to go for another walk tonight. We've been ramping this up because of like health reasons, and there's a few things creeping in that we need to keep tabs on. I'm just making sure we are making the time to do some exercise, because we do not exercise at all. We don't do gyms, we don't do yogas, we don't do fitness classes, anything like that. So we're just getting some walking in. We're making sure that in the evening we drag ourselves off the couch and go out for a walk whilst it's still light and not too cold at the minute. I mean, this is another reason why I'm cutting down on YouTube a little bit, but I'll get to that in the main video. But I'm off on my little holidays at the end of this week. It's mine and Adam's 10-year wedding anniversary. So we're going back to Yorkshire. We always seem to go to Yorkshire. I like Yorkshire. So we're going there to a place called Goathland, which is where they filmed Heartbeat. We're not going there specifically because they filmed Heartbeat, but that just might give you an idea of whereabouts it is. But we're going there for a couple of nights just to reset, recharge, figure out what we're doing in the middle of a mini forest. So we're just on our own in a little cabin in a forest. If I feel like filming that, I will film that and I will put that up on YouTube. But for now, I'm going to sign the vlog off here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in the next vlog.